I think that speaks a lot more to the client versus just I'm able to edit these videos, because you and every other freaking person in the world is able to edit these videos. Upwork has been a sore subject for me and maybe a lot of video editors out there lately. And if you've watched this video, then you're up to date on why Upwork is in this hot water about them raising their connect prices on their platform. So we've been talking a lot of crap on Upwork lately, but I don't want to tear them totally apart. Upwork still is a valid place for you to apply to freelance jobs and freelance video editing jobs. It's just you have to be a little bit more careful and picky about the jobs that you are now selecting to apply to. So I thought it would be helpful, rather than going through all the jobs that I wouldn't apply to or what's bad about Upwork, I thought it would be nice to talk about jobs that I actually would apply to on Upwork, jobs that have been recently posted on Upwork that are available to everyone right now at the time of this recording, maybe not a week from now, but that might give you a better idea of the kinds of jobs you should be looking for, what's worth applying to versus not, and basically giving Upwork a little bit of redemption. So let's dive into some of these jobs that I would apply to. All right, so this first job, we're starting out not that strong because I actually wouldn't apply to this job because it looks like they are associated with hunting, and I am a vegetarian. But this is a job that's looking for a YouTube editor for an outdoor video. It's looking to hire 2 freelancers, and they specifically label their company, which I think is a total green flag. If they list their own company, then you can go do your own research, look up that company, make sure it's legit. You can maybe even find their job posting on other platforms to compare. You can look up their website, look up the people on LinkedIn. So it gives a significant amount of legitimacy that I think qualifies it to be a green flag job on Upwork. So they're seeking an in-house, highly motivated, multi-skilled, and organized individual to edit, produce, and manage video content. They talk about their mission to produce content that will be targeted towards national TV households. It's an in-house, full-time salaried position with a 3-month paid trial period. This is not the longest job description that I've seen and that I would prefer to apply to. However, I think that it's very clear as to what they are looking for. They're even clear that they're looking to start on a trial period. They're looking for an intermediate experience level, which is accurate to what it sounds like they are looking for. And the price reflects that as well with that hourly rate. And they even list a question in the part where you submit a proposal, which it's a pretty general question, but anytime that they do list questions, it adds another layer of legitimacy to me because it's the client asking for something a little bit more specific than just a general cover letter. Now, I will note that their payment method is not yet verified and they have a 0% hire rate, but being a small company, maybe this is their very first hire for a freelancer for helping them with video or whatever they're looking for. So it's not necessarily a huge red flag. It would obviously be something I would just be wary about, and I would keep your contract within Upwork to protect you whenever you are first starting. But overall, this looks like a legitimate job posting to me. So green flag. Okay, this next one has even a smaller job description, and they are looking for an Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts editor. Now, this is a pretty common thing that I definitely am seeing all over Upwork, is a social media video editor, YouTube short form video editor. That kind of thing definitely runs rampant on Upwork, and a lot of people choose Upwork when they are looking to hire somebody in that department. They are looking for a video editor that can edit their videos and make them into Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts with subtitles on them. They'd like to make several posts a day with their content, so they need a large output to keep on track. And then they list a few skills. They list their hourly rate, intermediate level. Would I actually like to apply to this job? No, the rate is way too low for what I think that they need and the amount of content that they're looking to make. However, they do have past reviews, they have a verified payment method, and they have an amount of money that they have spent in the past on past jobs. You can even read some of their client history where they are reviewing other freelancers or other freelancers are reviewing them, which is a great green flag sign. Okay, this next one is a YouTube video editor job. And this reminds me that I'd like to make a note of something. Maybe this is just an Upwork tip in general. Because your connects are now more precious than ever when you are applying for a job, you want to make sure that your application is going to actually get seen when you spend those connects. I don't often apply to jobs on Upwork anymore. I used to all the the time back in the day. Now that I have a more established client base, those connects that I've had are just racking up. So you may even just see on this screenshot, I have a lot of connects racked up. If I could give them away, I would, but I don't think I can. But one thing you also might note is that this job was posted 2 days ago that I'm about to talk about. And I think that's honestly the max amount of time that should have passed before you apply to the job. Maybe a week, absolute max, but preferably it would be ideal if you were applying to that job hours after it was posted to Upwork. Simply because the moment that job is posted on Upwork, the amount of proposals are going to come flooding in. And so you really want yours to be near the top so you can make sure it gets actually seen and you have the best chance of applying to those jobs. Major green flag for all of these jobs, and again, this is just me hypothetically saying I would apply to these jobs, they're all recent jobs. I would not apply to any job on Upwork that's more than a week old. Absolutely not. Okay, but tangent aside, let's take a look at this job. It is for a YouTube video editor. And the biggest green flag about this job is that they list an actual link to their channel. Anytime that links are provided, company names are provided, even Google Drive links are provided, I know that it is significantly more legitimate than an actual scam that's happening on Upwork. And also this just benefits you because the more information that they give you in the job description, you can then use that to your advantage when you are applying to the job, which I would hope you would be doing when you are applying to these jobs, is looking up the company, researching their channel, looking at what you like, looking at what works, looking at what you can fix and help with. And so even though there's a $15 fixed price, which doesn't sound very promising, and the fact that they haven't hired anybody else on Upwork, if I were to click on that link and go to their channel and like the way that they are editing, like their style, like the premise of their channel, it would give me a lot of incentive to want to apply to that job because I would have a lot to talk to them about. And so huge green flag when they list their company or their YouTube channel. Okay, this next job is for simply a video editor, and it's for the National Forum for Heart Disease and Stroke Prevention. I don't really have much to say about this job description because it is lengthy and there's a little bit too much to touch on. But one thing I wanted to note, because this is not the only job description that I saw that looked like this. When you come across a job that looks like this and that lists the actual company, I think it's important to consider that this job description was more than likely copy and pasted from a different job description, maybe a more general job description that they made on their own website. But instead of using your connects to apply to this job, what it would be important for you to do is go to LinkedIn, Indeed, look up the National Forum for Heart Disease and Stroke Prevention, see if they have a website, and see if this job is posted somewhere else. Because with a job description like that, I would assume that it would be. And so I would at least do my due diligence to look up this job description somewhere else to see if it has been posted elsewhere. Because if you can apply for it on Indeed and not Upwork, or even better, on their actual website, you're not spending your own connects, and you may even have a better opportunity to get your name in there using a more professional strategy like Indeed or going through their website. Okay, the next job that I would probably actually apply to is for a video editor, and they are looking for weekly videos, 4 to 5, that detail cookie decor instructions. It would include tools needed, step-by-step technique details, and weights for specific ingredients. Blah, blah, blah. I like cookies and I like baking, and I think that would be an interesting type of company to edit for. And so specifically, the reason why I would apply to this job is not necessarily because of the pay or anything else. It would be because it interests me and I can use that when I am applying to the job. I can talk about that I do like to bake and that this was interesting to me and I'm excited about the premise of what you're looking for. I think that speaks a lot more to the client versus just I'm able to edit these videos, because you and every other freaking person in the world is able to edit these videos. What are you gonna do to make yourself stand out on Upwork? And this next job is for a video editor for a UGC ad agency. Now I'll note that I've seen a lot of UGC and ad related highlighted need for video editors on Upwork. And there definitely was a slew of jobs on there that did look pretty sketchy and that I would definitely not apply to. But what makes this job a little bit different is actually a few things. One of them is the format of the job description. It looks like a human with a lot to say wrote it. And they wanted to make things as clear as possible, but they also know what they need. They're seeking a part-time video editor, responsible for making conversion optimized video ads, must have prior editing experience. Creative agency experience would also be great. They know the hour limit that they want. They have an ongoing plan to use you even more in the future. They also talk about themselves, which is something I love when it's in the job description, because I think that people tend to forget to talk about themselves and their company or them as a channel or them just as a person. This person seems confident in what they want and what they need and who they are as a company and as a person. And I don't know if this would be the right job for me or for you, but it would be worth at least looking into this job. And of course, the second thing that I love so much about this job description is that they link their company. Now they do list an expert experience level. I think that 30 to 40 is a little low for expert level, but maybe you can negotiate that if you decide to apply to this job. They also list questions for you to answer, which makes your proposal even easier to apply to and fill out, because those questions help you be able to steer the conversation of what you want to tell the client. It's also only got 10 to 15 proposals, which at this point I think is a little bit low. And I actually think I would possibly apply to this job. But they also have a lot of jobs posted. I'd be interested to see what those jobs are. Is it this same job posted over and over again? Let's see. Oh, it is. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe because they're looking to hire multiple freelancers and they're just constantly churning out content. And so they need a lot of people and they have a high turnover rate. I don't know how I feel about that. But then again, I know nothing about this company or what they do. Maybe they deal with a lot of content. That would be for you to look into on your end. And because they list their company name, you're then able to do your research, look into the company, what they do, what they're about, and kind of form your own conclusion on, is this something that I would be good at applying at? Is this something that I could apply to? Is this something that I could do? Is this even worth applying to? You can make your own decision from there. So I hope this helped give you a better idea of the kinds of jobs that you maybe should start applying to if you haven't already and you are on Upwork and you're wondering, what the heck do I do now that it's more expensive to apply for jobs? Let me know if you would apply to these jobs. If you're looking at these jobs and you're like, Colleen, this is totally a scam. Why would you apply to this job? I would love to hear your thoughts either way. Definitely comment down below. And if you haven't already checked out this video going the complete opposite way, talking about my red flag jobs on Upwork, definitely check that out. And I will link that in the description below as well. Thank you to my team. Again, I am Colleen and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have the best one.